Boo, boo, boo. Welcome to your second class trial. I think you already know how this works, so I won't be able to, explain, right? You're all smart, right? I think we unfortunately know how this works.
Oh, if only it didn't feel like months since we investigated.
Yeah, I agree with Shy Guy. It's felt so long. Don't you guys think it's a little bit too early to make those meta jokes? To think of it, I do feel a little bit different to myself. Can we please just, stop rambling? You know, we have a murder case to solve. Hicks is right. We have to do something about this. So, I guess we can begin? Alright then. May the second class trial commence! I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of disappointed we have to do this again. But, whatever. So, where should we start, guys? Well, last time we started with what the murder weapon was. Do we think we could do this again? I don't see why not. So, murder weapon, you think? And let's start our first discussion there. Yar, what killed Vividra? That do indeed be the question. We found her backstage on the auditorium. To mention, she was killed really fast. Then if she died instantly, what would the weapon have been? But if she was killed backstage, there's no weapons back there. There's no way she could have been killed with something from there.
No, that's wrong.
Hold on, Tentamon. I mean, sure, it seems possible that there was no murder weapon, but there actually was something that I think is pretty obvious if you actually look at what happened in the Monokuma file. And what would that be? Well, Vividra died instantly, right? Yeah, that's pretty obvious. And, well, there was something wrapped around her neck when she died. Hey, that's right. When you found Vividra, she was, well, dead. And she had a sandbag wrapped around her neck. And it was also covered in blood. Does that mean that was her murder weapon? I wouldn't be surprised. That's our most likely theory.
Probably the most believable one, too.
They should assume that Vividra's murder weapon was the sandbag. Is that what you're getting at, Kix? That's exactly what I'm saying. The sandbag is what murdered Vividra. It's definitely a start, but I have a question. Great, Melody wants to talk. Whoa. Oh, shut up. It's actually relevant to the topic right now. Okay, then what is it, Melody? Speak. Well, if Vividra's cause of death was blunt force trauma, then why was the rope wrapped around her neck then, huh?
Wow, I'm surprised. She makes a really good point.
Oh, please, when do I not? Huh. Actually, Melody does make a good point. I've had this question too. Why was the rope involved? Well, speaking from experience, most of the time, sandbags have ropes on them, so just in case they can be dropped easily and get transported back up in the catwalks of stages and other stuff like that.
I mean, that's some cool trivia, but that's not the actual question. The question is, why was it wrapped around the victim's neck?
So precise. And Vividra only died within a minute. So how did the culprit have enough time to wrap it around her neck and escape the auditorium? Hold on. Who's to say that the culprit isn't one of the three, who found Vidra's dead body? They were the closest to her at the scene, and at the time. I mean, sure, that kind of makes sense, but me, Cricket, and Tails were the ones who set off the body discovery announcement, so there's no way it could have been us three. Yeah, and plus, when Tails found me and Cricket, just a few minutes afterwards, we heard Vividra scream. I have a question, and hopefully some of you guys can answer it. It might help us figure out who's also innocent. What would that be, Vulpix? Did anyone receive a note during the middle of the night? I know I did. It told them they might have a way to get out of the killing game and also had a specific location. Oh, yeah, I got one. That's how me and Kix met up at the auditorium. Oh, you both were at the auditorium? Yeah, it's where our notes told us to go. Vulpix, if you got a note, where did it tell you to go? Mine told me to go to the aquarium room. I didn't really want to go.
Sending the fire-type Pokemon to an aquarium. Sounds like they were asking for trouble.
Those sound very interesting. I didn't get one. Didn't get one either. Yar, well, if anyone else got one, speak now or forever hold your peace. I prefer if you guys spoke now. It's probably important. I guess I should speak up. I myself got a note. That means Zelda, Vulpix, Kix, and Cricket all received a note. from someone. So then, where does that get us? Are we not sure the notes weren't just written by Monokuma?
Hey! You know I do not like breaking rules. I can't just send notes on how to escape this place. You all know how. There's only one way.
Right. So, Vulpix, how is any of this relevant? All of the notes did mention to meet up early in the morning. That's what it said on all of yours, is no? Yeah, mine did. It said to show up before breakfast. That leads to my point. All of us were occupied at the time of Vividra's murder, which means none of us could have committed it.
We already knew Kix and Cricket weren't the murderer, but now that just crosses off Vulpix and Zelda, right?
Seems about right. Before we move on with clearing more people, I would like to go over a few things about Vividra's murder. What would that be, Saroba? Vividra's body was a sandbag. Clearly, it hit her right on the top of her head. However, how did it? How did it hit her? What do you mean? What I mean is, how did the culprit get the sandbag onto her head in the first place? To my knowledge, those things are heavy, are they not? They're probably some of the heaviest things that we have here in the school. So then it must be hard to actually lift it up to use it as a murder weapon in the first place. Yarr! So then how did the culprit use it as a murder weapon? How did the culprit use the sandbag as a murder weapon? I think I might know how. I got it! I know what happened. The culprit must have had to use a contraption to kill Vividria. Then how would they have been able to do that? Well, it could be pretty easy. All Vividria would have to do is at least maybe step on the rope, and then the sandbag would have fell straight on her head. But Vividria doesn't even have any damn feet. She floats.
Yeah, I'm starting to believe this does not make sense at all.
But in a way, doesn't it make sense? Think about it, people. Well, the more I think about it, the more I think it sounds like bullshit.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but Melody's actually right. And I think I know who could have done it. If it wasn't a contraption, the culprit could have just walked up to Vividra and smacked her upside the head.
But we've already determined that it would have been too heavy for anyone to carry it.
Well, actually, there's about 2 people who could have actually done it.
Then, who would those two be, Shy Guy?
Obviously, either Saroba or young Cricket. But Cricket's already cleared as the murderer, so that means it would have to be Saroba.
You've got to be kidding me. I'm the prime suspect now? It does make the most sense. And if anything, cold evidence, too. Hold on. Just stop.
Oh yeah, you got something to hide, Kix?
Ugh. Why won't Shy Guy listen to me? I mean, I know there's a few things that can actually clear Saroba's name fully. Guess I just have to prove to everyone what it is. Oh, please. There's no way I'm the culprit. There has to be some sort of evidence to prove so. Shy Guy makes a very good point, mateys. Saroba is strong enough to carry it. But even then, is there anything to actually prove her innocence?
Exactly. That lines up to her. She has the strength to carry the sandbag and no alibi at all.
No, that's wrong. There's a really, really easy way to prove that Saroba's innocent. If anything, there's actually 2 ways to prove her innocence. And to actually prove that there was a contraption involved. At least, hopefully, we can cross off another suspect. But then what is this so-called evidence, Cricket? Well, 2 things. 1, I literally got this from you, Shy Guy. She was at breakfast.
Oh yeah.
And second of all, if Saroba were to use a sandbag like a melee weapon, what would be the point of wrapping it around Vividra's neck? To be fair, it could have been something to throw us off. If someone could just kill Vividra as simple as that, I doubt they would go through all the trouble of wrapping the rope around her neck. Yeah, you make a fair point. So with this new revelation, where does that leave us now? Well, we know 1, the culprit can't be myself, Cricket, Vulpix, you yourself, Zelda, and also Soroba.
So then, what should we discuss next?
Well, actually, I have a question. And, what's that, Connie? Simple. How did the culprit get away from the scene so fast? I can't believe I'm saying this, but Connie actually makes a good point.
Hey, what the hell, man?
Come to think of it, when me, Kix, and Cricket all went down to find Vividra's body, we didn't find anyone down there. Yeah, that's right. All we found was one lantern. I say this should be our next discussion then. How could the culprit have gotten away from the crime scene so fast? Considering how it was so dark when me, Kix, and Tails entered, it might have been impossible for us to even notice him in the first place.
Even when the killer did show up, he had to have been amongst us.
Wasn't there some sort of passage that would let you into the backstage area? I agree with that. Yeah, Vulpix is right. There's about at least 2 ways to get in and to exit the backstage area. And what would those be? Well, for starters, there's the remote method where you go onto one part of the stage and it lowers you down. And of course, there's just the regular way to get in backstage through the wings.
But then wouldn't that be how you three all entered the backstage area?
Actually, now that I think about it, not exactly. There is one way the culprit could have gotten up before we all came in.
And what would that be, Meiji?
Hey, wait, I know this one. It would be the remote control, correct? Yeah, Zelda's right. There was a remote control that would allow you to go from the actual stage itself to the downstage. Right. The downstage and backstage both lead to basically the exact same place. So I guess it's not the most crazy idea, huh? Hold on. The more that we talk about this whole stage stuff, it makes me start to think who I know could be the culprit. I really do not trust whatever you're about to say. Oh, come on, why not? I'm never wrong. Isn't it possible to just assume that whoever was working on setting stuff up for the talent show is the killer? Wow, Melody actually makes a good point. People not actually participating in the talent show were, me, Kix, Tails, Glaceon, and, Tentamon, right? Yeah. And Soroba too, but we already cleared her off as a suspect. Then it's easy. Either Tentamon or Glaceon are the culprit. Oh, great. Now, I'm the culprit, aren't I?
Wait a minute, hold on. I'm not the culprit.
It does make the most sense for those two to be the culprit. Mostly everything as of now lines up to those two.
And neither of those two got notes in the first place. So obviously it has to be one of them.
But wait, I have an alibi. Ugh, so do I. You can't just lump me together with him. Guys, calm down. We have to talk this through. We can't just start yelling frantically. There's no way in hell I could have killed Vividria. If anything, it was probably Tentamon.
Hold on. No. It wasn't me, I swear. We're not gonna get anywhere if you both just say you're not the killer.
There has to be some sort of evidence to prove one of them is at least innocent. I agree with that. Hold on. I think you know something to prove at least one of their innocence. Please tell me it's mine. And there's a really easy way to prove it too. It was whoever showed up to breakfast. Wait, that's right. And you remember what I said earlier, right, Kix? I do. It was about who did and who didn't show up to breakfast. Someone was conveniently missing. And, well, Tentamon was there. So that means if Tentamon was at breakfast... And easy. We know who the culprit is. It's Glaceon. Wait, no.
Tell people to kill Vividra. It really was Glaceon, wasn't it?
Oh, no. It's not me. You guys have to believe me. Glaceon, after all of our discussions, everything keeps pointing to you. You've been acting weird ever since the investigation. Glaceon, what's going on? I know. I might not have participated in the talent show, but... Kix, you have to believe me. I know everything seems weird, but... Culprit... They've been hiding in plain sight from all of you. Glaceon, what are you talking about? In plain sight?
Hicks, come on. You're like basically the smartest person here. Think about it. Someone here has had the most time to actually set up the murder if we knew it was a trap. We know how everything worked around here in the auditorium. It couldn't have been me. You have to believe me. Just think about it.
I don't... Wait a minute. I got it. The killer of Evidria is... you! Whoa. What? You think I'm the culprit? Hello? We just ruled out that all who got notes weren't the killer.
Vulpix. It lines up with you. Think about it. You never went to your destination that your note gave you.
Do you know how stupid you sound? I mean, seriously. We've ruled out that I've been safe since the start of this damn trial.
I'm starting to believe that none of this makes any sense.
I'm gonna be totally honest. I agree.
Think about it. Vulpix didn't have to set up the talent show like all of us did. And she got a note. She never went to her destination. That's because I think she was the one who wrote them.
You cannot be serious. Are any of you actually believing him?
Now that I think about it, Vulpix, where even was your note telling you to go?
Told me to go to the aquarium room. I thought we already talked about this.
But you didn't even go. So what's the point? Also, Vulpix, where did you send Glaceon off to? Just before breakfast.
What? That doesn't matter at all. None of this matters. It's Glaceon. It's obviously fucking Glaceon.
Why don't we just ask her? Glaceon, where did you go?
She wanted me to go to the aquarium room. And when I went there, I saw Evidria walking to the auditorium.
Okay, but like, how does this prove really anything?
Anything that makes Glaceon look a lot more suspicious than she does.
Glaceon wouldn't have any time to set up the trap in that fast, especially if she was in the aquarium. And plus, Vulpix, if she were to write the notes, she would have had enough time to set up the trap and make sure it worked. So that means she sent off Glaceon to make her seem like the suspect. Exactly. She planned this out probably the moment she made us all do the talent show. Oh. No. This is all false. None of this is true. Kix, you are the biggest liar I've ever seen.
Listen, Vulpix, you're the murderer, and I'm gonna prove to you why. Why don't we just look at the whole case from where it started to where we are now? This is the truth of the case. This case starts off with our black end entering the backstage area just as the people who were setting up the talent show all left. They found the one thing they needed to make this murder happen. The sandbag, the murder weapon. Figuring out what they could use for a murder, they finally set off with the papers for the notes to make a perfect crime. They got the papers they were needed to get the notes. After getting the papers, they went to go write the notes. And those notes were the recipients of Cricket's, mine, Zelda's, Evidria's, and a fake one for the culprit themselves. After slipping the notes under all the note receiver's doors, they went to go enact their final plan. Considering how dark it was, she probably didn't see a thing, which is most likely why we found that torch during the investigation in the backstage area. Clearly, it wasn't useful enough for Evidria. We triggered the trap. First, it wrapped around her neck. Then, the final killing blow. So that's how you did it. Isn't that right? Vulpix, the ultimate fire stunt woman. Well, Vulpix, there you have it. Did I get anything wrong? You got everything right. Every last detail. How the hell are you so chill about this? We're all gonna vote you and you're gonna die. And you just admit to killing someone? Unlike Monty, I know when I'm wrong. And I can't escape the inevitable. So you're just giving up? Just like that? Well, I guess. Whatever. Monokuma, let's just vote. Boo! Alright. Cast your votes on who you think killed Evidria. Will you be correct? Or will you make the dreadfully wrong choice? Boo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo!
Boo-hoo-hoo! Looks like you all got the killer correct! The culprit of the Vidria, the ultimate artist's murder, was Vulpix, the ultimate fire stunt woman. I truly cannot believe it. Is this really... All people, why would you kill Vividria?
Well, to be totally honest, she wasn't my first choice. I mean, I sent 3 notes to people to go to the auditorium. Any of you 3 could have died. Vividria just got the one that told her to go to the back of the auditorium. I should have been more specific with all you 3, but would have been a lot more, harder to make clear. Well, even then, you clearly didn't even make a perfect murder. Oh, please, I know that. And I don't need you to tell me. Okay. So you went through all that trouble just to escape and keep your secret intact? Being totally honest, my secret wasn't too bad. It was more the fact that I could have gotten out of here. And I could have just used that as an excuse to make myself feel better for what I did. But in reality, I really don't. I don't know why I did it. I feel bad for her more than anything. I don't know what her secret was, and I never will. I didn't really know what she would have done if she could get out.
Yawn! How about we just get with the execution now? That's the most fun part!
It's whatever, I guess. Alright, Monokuma. Just do it.
I've got quite the punishment whipped up for the ultimate fire stunt woman. Now then, with everything we've got, it's punishment time!
I feel like it gets worse watching that the second time. She actually tried to escape. And she still died.
Well, that's what happens when you try to avoid despair. Boo! Boo, boo, boo! Now then, let that be a lesson to all of you. Never try to defy the executions, because you'll never be able to avoid them. Now then, I need to get my beauty sleep. Ta-ta! I didn't even know that thing can sleep.
Yeah, well, I say we get out of here, mateys. Just like that, everyone's gone. Not everyone. Listen, you scared me. I'm sorry. I want to say thank you for proving my innocence and helping us again. Oh. In that case, you're welcome to listen. I just don't want to die. That's all. That's the thing. None of us do. I should go to bed. Yeah, that's what I should do.